started writing Retrograde in January 2024. Retrograde is about review. It's about looking back. It's about going back into the past and actually being in a point of review, in a point of perpetual review, a limbo of review, confusion, indecision, turmoil, melancholy. Retrograde is sort of surrendering to the stars. It's acknowledging that fate is larger than life and almost succumbing to it in a sad way, in a difficult way. Retrograde was sort of an active point of revisiting. It was kind of a point for me when I was moving out of just survival mode and into sort of active review, kind of going back into a state of mind, a guilt, a feeling, a turmoil, a sense of what the heck is going on? I can't move. The stars are doing this. This is all happening. And retrograde is structured like planetary retrograde: forward motion, back, and then forward again. And there are those three parts in the song which are very distinctive and sort of bring it that sort of structure and that sort of clarity. The instrumentation of the song is really nuanced. It's sort of very chaotic. There are loads of instruments, kind of pianos, string instruments, kind of plucked dulcimers going on to a celesta at one point. So everything's very sort of chaotic, and it kind of melts down and kind of comes back up, and the vocal textures are really poignant. I wanted the piece to sort of almost sound like being submerged in water and taken into sort of a fairy tale Atlantis, only to be plunged back up into the sky and left to sort of, it's just in soaking wet, just like, what the heck's going on? I don't know what's happening. And that's sort of the feeling of retrograde, kind of wanting to be free from the mind, wanting to sort of move away from confusion and indecision and turmoil and hurt and pain and longing, but not being able to. It sets the stage. It's the second track of the album, That Way, that I released back in November. It's the second track, and it's kind of, the intention of it is to sort of just set the stage, right? Kind of, there's Speaking Nothing, which is track 1, which is sort of the immediacy of grief. But Retrograde is about context. It kind of then sets sort of the memory of the past, but also sort of that sort of weird duality between memory and reality of where we are, where we just came from, where we are. Because the album doesn't really, other than that, go back too far. Like, it sort of starts in that period of after completion, and Retrograde is the one time where it sort of does look back and it does acknowledge more of that, but not in like a direct way, but in a sort of subtle way, in a sort of, we've just gone through this whole thing, and I felt like it was inescapable, no matter what I did, no matter how I looked through it. And so in that way, it is a surrender, it's a succumbing, and yeah. So, but I hope you enjoy it. Please listen to it. That Way on Spotify, on all platforms. Go listen, and yeah, I hope you enjoy it. Thank you.